Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. And
true professional.
Joe's better half is over there in the doorway.
You know, now that I tell you what, I'll let her know you said that.
We weren't talking about
that.
that.
Went the wrong way, didn't it? There you go.
Okay, Joe's twin brother right there in the doorway. It's Kentucky Derby Day here at Copper and Oak.
Are we at Copper and Oak or are we at
Churchill Downs.
We're at Churchill Downs today.
Oh, we are.
Jim flew us out. All expenses paid. Thanks again to the station for paying for it all. But
you got us a real horse.
Yeah, we got a horse over
stable.
here.
Is that a stable there, Joe, or you just?
I think he's just hiding there so he doesn't fall. Yeah, that might be a stable. But you can come in and get your picture taken in front of Churchill Downs today.
Is that Secretariat? That big red?
I don't know.
Huh?
Pharaoh.
Creamy hand.
Cream in the hand.
Creamy hand last year.
Yeah, Jim's guy. Was that last year?
I forgot about it, but yeah, they said it was last year.
Yeah, Joel Vincent joining us this morning. Good morning, Joel.
Morning, guys. How's it going?
It's going good. Kentucky Derby Day.
Kentucky Derby Day. Joe used to race horses, or did you train them?
Neither.
Oh, okay.
I bet on him.
We got you confused. Why did we have him on?
I don't know.
Thought he was a horse
he was a horse expert.
Bob Baffert Jr.
Yeah, you're Bobby B.
Is our horse guy calling in today?
No, he was supposed to and can't, and then that kind of.
Go figure, Joe.
I had two guys that were going to call.
Oh, two.
That know about horses.
Both
that know about horses, and they both were like, "Oh, can't." One guy was out of town. So.
And then there was me.
And then I thought, well.
So we called Joel, and Joel's like, I hope we're not talking about Kentucky Derby Day, because I don't even know. Where's the lineup, Joe? You usually have a big printout.
Well, I will tell you, I'm running behind on things as usual, but I did. I'm getting a big printout together, but
I mean, we got to go
like 17 horses, I think, in it, 18.
We got to go through them.
Oh yeah.
So Jim can pick his horse.
We're going to throw some names out there and
All right.
and do some picks.
You know, I've noticed Kentucky being here. I'm glad we got to take the show on the road. It's a lot like Lincoln here.
Yeah, the weather.
Yeah.
It's
a lot like home.
It feels like home. It didn't hardly take any time to get here.
I know. It was like,
Well, we flew corporate jet.
oh,
PJ.
yeah, we did.
Private.
Thanks, Cheap Seats, and thanks, Jim, for sending us to those places. Look at him. He's busy like he's doing something. Push a button over there, Jim. Wah, wah.
Yeah, I think he deleted that one.
It's not deleted from our minds. We have never forgotten it.
Never will be.
Yeah, Bobby Baffert's back today for the Derby, which is I like Bobby, and he's been
Now, was he suspended or
3 years. It's his first day back.
Now he's back.
And he just had, I think he had, wasn't that horse was, Rodriguez was it going to be, I think Mike Smith was riding Rodriguez.
One of them got scratched.
That's
right?
him, yeah,
Okay.
he got scratched.
Yeah.
So now he's just got
One.
Citizen Bull, right?
I think so, yeah.
Now, what was he suspended for? For juicing, or I don't know.
Well, supposedly his horses they had some test results, I think, that people didn't care for. And I think it had kind of been an accumulation of years of rumors and suspicion, and they finally just drew a line in the sand, and I don't think he appreciated it very much, so.
No, probably he was picked on, but he was a very, flamboyant, look at me type dude, always popping around, and I think he made everybody else mad, and they found
Is he Barry Bonds of the horse derby world?
Bonds, Sosa, McGuire.
You know what just dawned on me? Did any of you watch Eastbound and Down? Have you ever seen that show?
No.
Bob Baffert. I bet, now that I think about it, I bet Will Ferrell's character is based on Bob Baffert. He's got the white hair.
Yes,
He's
I
got
have
the
seen
rose-colored glasses.
Is that the pitcher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers. Yeah, I've seen some of
You
them.
might be right.
Now that I'm thinking about it, he's got the mannerisms, the rose-colored shades, the silver hair, and just talks all kinds of nonsense.
Baffert always looks good.
Yeah.
No matter, and it's a whole entourage of when he gets there. He's a pretty interesting story, though. The guy's jumped in there and made it and been successful. So
Very successful.
and like he's got a chip on his shoulder. That's why I think today you almost got to get on Citizen Bull because it's a Baffert horse.
He's a little extra juiced today. Citizen Bull.
But he's not the favorite.
Not the favorite. Who's the favorite?
If we see Bob walk by, let's grab him.
Yeah,
Get a headset on him.
Hey, can one of you guys ask if Bob's out there and get back with us?
How come you didn't wear your fancy hat?
My fancy hat?
You have a fancy hat?
Yeah, a derby hat.
Derby hat?
No, it's being tailored now, and then I'll have it on.
Have it on for this afternoon, right?
That's right.
You got a whole outfit set.
But there were some people that came in here last year that wore the outfits that came in, and they looked great. Pretty good stuff.
So, are you guys having something here today for the Copper and Oak?
We're going to
Tell
have
us
some
about it.
boards you can jump on and, pay $5 or $10 boards where you just randomly draw horses out so you can have a little action on the race. And we're going to have a
Just for M&Ms, though, right? Just for
hat
M&Ms.
contest. Yes, M&Ms.
Yep.
You can get we're having the hat contest. We're having the a little trivia game where it's all about the Kentucky Derby.
If anybody
we're having
comes,
some
if somebody were
mint
to come
juleps.
dressed as Bob Baffert, would they get a free drink?
Yes.
Okay.
If you come dressed as Bob Baffert, you're getting a free drink.
Great.
But we're going to have mint juleps,
Nice.
pimento cheese, and I think I'm bringing up. You guys ever had the brown swagger special? Oh, it's good.
Are you talking about the food? Mm-hmm. I know what it is. I've never eaten it, though.
Is that looks like dog food?
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Looks like
Have
liver.
you ever had it?
Yeah, my dad used to eat that all the time.
Oh, it's delicious. You put a nibble of that on a cracker,
Oh,
a little
no.
mustard. No. Oh, it's a delicacy. delicacy.
Get out.
And
That
people
stuff's-
put raw onions on it too.
Oh.
Bad on bad on
That's
bad.
the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
Yeah,
Did Jim do that?
yeah.
I'm very impressed with him.
Braunschweiger of the month.
Braunschweiger. Oh, that stuff.
Oh, you've never had it like that. It goes with any beer you're drinking. It's universal.
I'd have to have about 15 beers before I'd even try it.
Well, start early. We'll serve the Braunschweiger at 3. You can get started. Get your 15 in you and get out.
I think I'll pass on the Braunschweiger.
You guys are missing it. You eat hot dogs?
Well, yeah.
You?
No.
No. I believe that.
I used to, but
Hot
I
dogs
don't
are-
anymore.
I mean,
I would though if I was
Hot dogs
somewhere.
are
It was
nasty.
I might have hot dog maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
It's not a hey, you want to have hot dogs for supper?
You know
No.
where they get you is like at a ballpark. Then it's like if there's
A $15 hot dog.
You know, you've had a couple of beers and somebody gets one and you look at it and go, man, that looks good. I'm getting me one of those.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Not so good.
Yeah.
They're not good for your belly
Nope.
or your digestive system, I don't think.
not good for any part of your health, I believe. That's the best way to say it.
True. Very true. So the Kentucky Derby Day.
I'll run through some of these.
All right.
Citizen Bull. This will be a fun thing to say names. Citizen Bull is 20-1, and that's Bobby's horse. Boy, no way I know what that says.
You got to say it.
Neoequus. 30-1. Final Gambit, 30-1. American Promise, 30-1. Admire Daytona, 30-1. Luxor Cafe, 15-1. Now that I know is a Japanese horse that they flew over here and early, and they've been trying to acclimate it to everything. But they said that running well, looks good. They're here to win. So
What's the name of that?
Luxor Cafe.
So you've got a horse guy in Japan
Yeah, horse guy in Japan told
inside.
me.
Yeah. Good. I mean,
He was supposed to come on the show today.
That's one of them, right?
But he had jet lag
They forgot about the
and-
time.
Actually, you guys may know his name. He trained the Karate Kid.
He's passed away.
It's his son,
Oh,
Pat Morita's son.
Pat
Michael Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi?
Morita.
Yeah, Michael Miyagi he was the one that told me. He may call the show, so be prepared. Journalism, I think's your favorite, 3-1. Journalism. You like it?
No, don't like the name.
Not in today's world. I don't care
No.
for journalism.
No.
Burnham Square.
Is there a
12
fake
to
news on there? Is he racing today?
No, but why wouldn't Trump get his own horse?
What was the name of that last horse?
Journalism?
No.
Burnham Square.
Oh, I'm betting on that one.
And I know why. Tell us.
One of my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. His last name was Burnham.
Yeah. 12-1. Flying Mohawk.
That's my other one. I told you before the
30-1.
show.
Well, tell us about that.
Well, Lloyd informed us as we were chatting before that that's the horse that Jason Worth has ownership in from Chatham. So,
Oh.
and Jason Worth won money last year, right?
yeah, I believe so.
Was it the champion or something or second or I know his horse is what? Yeah, he's a big deal. That had to pay
What's
well.
his horse?
Flying Mohawk.
Flying Mohawk.
I mean, it's a great name. Even if it wasn't, owned by Worth, I like the name. So,
And Worth does not have a mohawk.
No,
He
but
has a mane.
He's got a pretty big beard
Yes, he does.
and long hair.
You've got East Avenue 20-1, Publisher 20-1, Tistastic 20-1. That might be a horse for you.
Fantastic.
Render Judgment 30-1. Coal Battle 30-1. And then the Metallica horse, Sandman 6-1.
Enter Sandman.
Jim, you could have went it right into that. Yeah, that's
You should blare that when he comes out, like it's his song, and probably scare the heck out of all the horses. They don't take off out of the gate.
Like they do. Is it Virginia Tech? Who plays Enter Sandman?
Clemson does. I think Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, when you go back, were you guys Metallica fans?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, some of that stuff's so good.
Yeah.
That Metallica was good.
They still are.
Yeah, are they touring? They do anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. Cutting
It's a
albums.
bucket list. If they're ever around here, Joe, we're going to Metallica.
I've never seen them.
Yeah.
But they're good.
If you guys ever get a chance, if you like Metallica and you haven't seen it, watch the documentary. It's called
Yeah.
Some Kind of Monster.
Yep.
It's probably the best music documentary I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Just
pretty
because I
good.
found it so interesting. I mean, it's not about like, hey, we're touring, here's stuff. It's about what was wrong within the band, how from the time that Cliff died. He's obviously, Cliff's not in it. They talk about that, but a lot of it is them in therapy. They have actually cameras there while they're going through therapy as the band kind of falls apart
Yeah.
from personal differences, and then how they kind of come back together. But it shows they're like Lars. You know, people may not know Lars is like a prolific art collector. Like he had some paintings that he bought and then resold years later for like 60, 70, 80 million dollars.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He's-
pretty good.
Yeah, and they'd go into the thing about Lars's dad. Lars's dad was like a very interesting character from their home country, kind of like a guru type of person, almost. And I'm a Metallica fan, not like diehard or anything, but I was really impressed by that documentary.
Well, it's good. I'll have to
Yep.
watch it. I went to the San Francisco Giants game one time out there, and just by chance, Metallica came and sang the national anthem, and they were like,
Oh, wow.
right there above us, and it was awesome, and they were jumping around, popping around, shaking hands, and hanging out with some people in the crowd. But it was a level up I couldn't get to them, so there you go.
Good story.
But they're very. You gotta. Do you have a story like that?
No,
Make one up.
I will.
All right. We're gonna come back to you, and we want you to make one up.
I'll make one up. All right.
Sovereignty, 5-1. That's probably where you're going.
Sovereignty.
No. Chunk of Gold, 30-1. Owen Almighty, 30-1. There you go.
Jim, who you like? Cream in the hand.
That's who he's taking.
Sandman.
Nice job,
Nice
Jim.
job,
Nice
Jim.
job. You taking Sandman? All right.
Jim likes Sandman.
I
Taking
like it.
Burnham.
You're Burnham.
Yep.
Lloyd?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking flying Mohawk, but if Lloyd's taking him, I can't. Give me the Japanese guy.
Oh. He's going to call in soon. You can talk to him. That's Luxor Cafe.
Luxor Cafe.
Yeah, it's funny stuff. And I'm going to stick with my boy, Citizen Bull, and Bobby Baffert.
Bobby.
Let's have him go win it and have everybody mad at him and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, let's have some controversy. Now let's talk about the course. But none of us really know anything about it. That's why I was wanting these guys to call in. But on the track, it's going to be, they're saying muddy now. Looking for a mutter. Not that helps us.
Interesting.
You guys?
Well, we
Well,
got
No comments?
Churchill
on a
Downs
mutter?
PA system came on.
Yeah, I'm just,
People are starting to come in.
Didn't you hear what it said?
No.
Attention, Bob Baffert.
Ah.
Bob Baffert to the cheap seats.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Bob Baffert to the cheap seats. That's what it said. So he should be here any minute, maybe after the commercial break.
Why don't you try getting him on?
We are. He should be walking around here somewhere. I know that horse is doing something. We might get you some mint juleps at the break.
Some mint julep. You got mint juleps?
Well, yeah, we're Churchill Downs.
Oh, okay.
Why wouldn't
Is
you?
that a thing?
We're having
yeah.
mint juleps today.
That's the official drink of the Derby.
Yeah.
What's a mint julep?
I personally don't know what's in it.
But you made them.
No, but we're having them today. Yeah, we're having mint juleps today.
All right, let's have them.
You have to.
Take some mint,
Derby Day.
crush it up, throw some ice, and then
You got 'em
top
out
it off
here?
with some julep.
Pimento cheese things are a big thing at it too.
Yeah, pimento cheese sandwiches.
And brown swagger.
And some brown swagger specials.
Well, that just sounds.
Oh, are you gonna? It's a delicacy.
Yeah, that'll make this place smell great.
It just sounds like you're gonna be on the toilet for a while.
Oh man. You guys have the wrong opinion.
You put out brown swagger, every cat in the neighborhood's going to be over here.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? You guys go to those. Let's talk about fish. What's the fish they changed the name of and they started calling it sea bass, and everybody went, "Oh, I have some of that."
Asian carp.
Yeah, it is like an Asian carp. It's not a very good fish. It's real ugly. Nobody would eat it, and they started calling it sea bass, and they were like, "Oh, well, yeah, I like bass."
I like sea bass.
Wasn't that also a picture or something?
Sea bass was from Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb
He was
and
the guy
Dumber,
that was
yeah.
going to beat him up at the truck stop.
Yep.
Sea bass.
And then Seabass later came to visit Jim Carrey at the restroom for a scheduled appointment that we won't get into. But yeah, that was Seabass.
Yes, sea bass does exist. And again, may be here today.
Harry took his salt shaker and threw it over his shoulder in the restaurant and hit old Seabass right in the
Seabass.
face.
And then sea bass paid for their meal.
That's right. And beers to go.
Beers to go.
And then they drank those beers going down the road.
And then it got pulled over, and somebody had to go to the bathroom. And
Yeah.
Great movie.
I'll tell you what, if you know anything about horse races, the Kentucky Derby, or that movie, give us a call.
Dumb and Dumber. Speaking of Dumb and Dumber, I mean, kind of what this show's all about. But yeah, Kentucky Derby today, and you know what else is today? The prom. Isn't the prom
Oh,
today?
yeah, prom's today. That's a big deal.
Yeah, coverage on WLCN 96.3 YouTube today. YouTube? Well, it wouldn't be on the radio. That's just useless. Come on, Jim.
We know that.
Well, Jim didn't. He's like, oh, I think we're just on YouTube. Are you doing the introductions?
No.
you-
We got stuff going on here. I mean, I like doing it. I would have, but there's too much going on. So Cameron Curtis is doing it, and I will tell you, that's a step up.
That's a
like-
huge step up.
Yeah,
He's really good.
yeah, he is good.
He's
that's
the-
way better than having me do.
How good?
Yeah.
How good? Jimmy's good with the fingers today. That's not coming over the air.
No, because that's Lloyd.
Oh, that's him. To say we're not getting that over the air.
That's Lloyd's alarm in the morning. It gets him going.
It's Timmy's alarm. Oh yeah, see
we
that's
forgot
good
that
too.
one. We forgot Terrific Bass.
That's all right.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we got today.
Well, let's take a commercial break.
Oh.
And there's a lot to talk about.
You know
lot.
what we could talk about? We could talk about Cubs for the next 40 minutes.
Oh.
Want to? No. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a commercial break, and we'll come back. We'll talk more here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 20.
This is Piper Whiteman from the 2024 Lady Railers State Champion Basketball Team, and you're listening to Cheap Seats on WLCN.
Really?
Were you guys watching the game the other night against Pittsburgh where the fan fell out of this upper deck?
I saw it. I saw it on Sports Center or whatever. I wasn't watching it live, but yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
My buddy's kid was at the game, was sitting in the other side of the bleachers.
Really?
Like that was in
You got a lot of buddies.
field, right?
I feel like you make things up. How can you have buddies all over
His
the
name's
place?
Tom Yarko. He's a scratch golfer and an excellent. He's going to come on here and start doing the fishing show. And his
Only 4 years later.
And his son Nick at the game was in the opposite bleachers, and so it all go down.
Teaches how to catch terrific bass.
He can. He's going to be here soon. On the lake with Tom, we're calling it.
Well,
So there you go.
we'll see if that happens.
There's a lot of those today.
I like
so
to
far.
throw his name around on there. He's ready to go, and he's going to show you how to catch terrific bass.
Terrific.
Maybe even some sea bass.
Does he sea bass a lot?
He's everywhere. And we'll have him pull his boat up in here one of these for the show. We'll sit in the boat and do the
Just
show.
back on in here?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we? But does anyone know about the outcome of that? The guy that fell out on it.
I don't.
I heard
Still
this
he's in
morning they
critical.
said that he's still in critical condition in the hospital in Pittsburgh. I was listening to, I think it probably was the Score or something this morning, and someone had, it was, they were replaying it was like probably Mulligan Hall. I was listening to one of the podcasts from Friday, and they were replaying Pat and Ron or whoever does the Cubs games they replayed them talking to it, and you could tell, like, if you were there was like a feeling in the stands that guy might have passed away on the field. Like, it was like really
Fell on
serious.
his head.
And they said that even some of the players had to go like take a minute because it was like really bad, and they were talking about postponing the game till the next day to finish it because they didn't really want to have to do that in front of everybody if he was deceased. But luckily he's not. But they said he's in pretty rough shape, and it looked like the way he fell. I was like, I hope he didn't break his neck.
22 feet or something. What was
It had to be higher than that. I don't know the exact, but
It's crazy.
And didn't his buddy jumped out of the stands to help him?
Oh, really?
That's what I was told too. I don't know how he
I've seen that one other time. I think that I remember for sure was the Bears game on Monday night when the guy when the guy jumped in between
to catch the
guy
ball
was kicking an extra point or field goal.
Yeah.
He jumped right between the goalposts and caught it, and then fell and broke his leg. But that's the only other time I remember that. Now it seems like when I was a kid, I don't have a visual memory of it, but at the old Comiskey where it was kegs in the stands and fights, and you didn't really go anywhere to go to the bathroom. You just kind of, it was kind of that kind of place. You just went wherever because nobody cared. I think they were having a keg in the balcony, and somebody fell down into the stands, and they were like, well, only at Comiskey could you do that and not hit anybody because nobody's here to see the game, so you could fall out of any seat and never damage anybody but yourself.
How do you think you'd have taken that chance? That guy that leapt. I've seen him leaped out over the stomach thing to catch that ball.
yeah, I mean
he knew he was going to the bottom. It wasn't like I might catch this and stay in the stands. I'm diving out of here and catching that ball.
Yeah. No, that was weird. I just thought of something I meant to bring up. We're here at Churchill Downs, obviously.
We're in Kentucky.
I do. I remembered, and I called you guys last year. You probably don't remember this on
We remember
Derby.
everything.
But I do have a horse racing story that's funny that I'll tell every year.
Yeah,
And
you tell
know
it
what
again.
is.
It's awesome. Tell it again.
It's Pete Rose, and maybe next year I'll be a little coordinated. We'll send the video to
We need the video. I went and watched the video.
Right, it's
I
on
went and watched
YouTube.
it. Yeah, that's good.
So Pete Rose, I don't know if you guys know. Did you guys know Pete Rose liked to gamble? I don't know if you heard that. But
First I've heard of it.
Apparently he did. So he's at the horse track. I believe it was outside of Cincinnati, which would make sense because it was Pete Rose. He's got this horse. It's got long odds. It's coming around all by itself. It's got a big, 10, 12 length lead. It's coming down the home stretch. And this racetrack borders the woods, and out of nowhere runs, and this is all on video, outruns a deer, jumps over the fence, jumps into the horse, knocks the driver off the horse, knocks the horse over, and then the guy behind him wins, and Pete Rose was like, I had a $20,000 ticket in my hand. But it is pretty
Bad
funny to
beat.
watch. Yeah, if you get a chance, just look up. It doesn't take much. Just look Pete Rose bad beat horse, and it'll take
bad
you right
beat.
there.
It is hysterical.
It is crazy.
Yeah. It is funny that you can go watch the video.
Yeah.
Our man over there could probably put it up at the next break. He's pretty good at that stuff, but maybe not. He's good.
He's
It's talk about that guy that leaped out of the stands to catch that ball. My buddy in Arizona, Skip. He's got season tickets front row.
You got any buddies? Let's go state. Let's go state to state and tell us your buddy.
Listen, season tickets front row, Cardinal games, like the 30-yard line behind the visitors bench, and they threw a pass to a tight end down just a quick wham and threw it down the line of scrimmage, and the tight end went up and it went off the top of his hands, and Skip said it was going to hit him right in the face. He said he got his hands up and caught it in the front row, and he said, and I was like, man, that's incredible. And you keep the football and all that. He said there were 2 pit bulls on top of him in 1 second. Came down both sides and had him pinned in a thing and said, give us the ball. And he didn't even get here's a T-shirt or here's anything. They just took the ball right away from him, which I thought was bad sportsmanship. Why didn't the guy keep the football? He caught it.
Keep the baseball. You can't keep the football.
I don't know why I thought of that, because that guy.
Speaking of keeping the football, we were talking a little bit before we went on the air. Is these rumors that the Bears are going to sign Nick Chubb?
I've seen that. That's in the rumor mill. It'd be a great fit for Nick Chubb. A great fit for the Bears. Do you like what they did in the draft?
Yeah. We were talking again before, but it seems pretty obvious to me they wanted Travion Henderson, the running back out of Ohio State. And as I was watching the draft, I was like, oh, well, New England they're not going to take Travion Henderson. They got too many holes. And the pick right before the Bears, they took him. And I was like, great, now what? Because Quinshon Judkins was already gone at that point, too. So then they ended up getting Luther Burden, which is good. And then with the trade back, they also got Trapillo, the offensive lineman. And people seem to be a lot of opinions on him at first, but now it seems to be a little bit more of, he's a pretty good pick. A lot of Chicago, it's weird. I listen to a lot of Chicago sports podcasts, and the hosts and the callers, the fans of Chicago, they seem to hate this draft, but nationally, everybody else seems to love it.
Yeah, so. I not that I know anything, but I like it. They didn't necessarily go after their needs. They went after the best available player, and the Loveland pick kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought, what's his name? Would
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren was ranked a little bit higher, but I guess if you're Ben Johnson, you see what you had in Detroit and Laporta, and Loveland is kind of that caliber player where, he gets open, runs good routes. He doesn't do a whole lot with the ball afterwards like Tyler Warren does, and Warren's a little more versatile where you can line him up in different spots, and Loveland could be as well. But and then you go get Burden, who is projected as a top 15 player, and with the season he had last year, he dropped down the second round, and that's a steal for the Bears. And to match him up with Moore, Odunze, and the guy they just got from Washington, the speedster, that's their wide receiver room is pretty deep, and I don't mind it. And then they go out and get the kid from Boston College, the offensive lineman, and the defensive tackle. So they're addressing their needs, but I like it.
Well, it's weird.
I always like it, though.
Like I thought Chicago, it's bad, but then, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, ESPN, so one of their draft analysts is Matt Miller, and he does a lot of hits in Chicago too, but now he's a full-time employee of ESPN. So you've got, Field Yates and Mel Kiper and Matt Bowen and Matt Miller. But anyway, So Matt Miller's, they had an article the other day of I think it was the 100 best picks of the draft and why. And the number one pick for him, and again, a national perspective, Luther Burden, he says is the best pick of the whole draft by any team based on value. He had him as like his 12th best player in the whole draft and the number one wide receiver. And so I thought, well, that's interesting because in Chicago, people are going crazy because he's not an offensive tackle or he's not a running back. But so I guess it's just where you sit. Like, I think the Chicago fans are like, well, we need these 5 things. And if you don't get us these 5 things, we're not going to be be happy. It doesn't matter that these 5 other things you got over here might have been the best of the best that were available at that time.
Well, and
excellent pick.
They seem to forget what Chicago did with free agency. They went out and got 3 linemen,
Right.
And that put them in the position to do what they did at the draft, because you didn't have to focus on, trading up and get the offensive lineman from LSU, Will Campbell. You didn't have to show your hand, and you were able to trade back a little bit with Buffalo, and get a couple more picks. So, if they wouldn't have done what they did with signing those linemen, then they would have been in a different position where, they were forced to, all right, we got to trade up and get a lineman. So, now they got some playmakers.
Hey, the Chubb deal, how old is he?
He's got to be.
Well, I think he's probably around 30 or
30,
maybe a little
yeah.
less, but
Yeah.
he's coming off a knee injury.
Yeah, I know.
But I think the injury was maybe like a little more than a year ago. But supposedly he's put out some videos that shows like his verticals back and his speed and stuff.
He's a dude. If they could get Nick Chubb gets in the end zone, man.
Yeah.
He's the pig I always talk about. He is the pig.
Well, I think what they're going to do too.
Got that, Jim? Yeah.
I think they're going to.
I'm going to pause it a minute and I'll say it again.
You what?
I think they're going to use Burden a lot at running back.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Tyreek Hill, maybe some third downs or
Cordero Patterson. Or,
Yeah. I don't know that they'll run him probably some jet sweeps. They're probably not going to run him through the tackles.
No.
He's a little light for that, but I could see Ben. And I heard
Chubb will keep you honest if he's in there. You're going to have to sit inside.
before the draft, I was Warren. It
Yeah.
was between him or Loveland. And then afterwards, I think it was Tuesday, I heard a podcast with a national guy that I think it was with a team. I can't remember for sure who it was, but it was either a scout or had been like in a general manager type of role with the team. So he brought up, they were talking about, why would anybody take Colston over Warren? Every time you see Warren get the ball, he does this and does that. And he says, well, first of all, if you went to ask who's the best tight end coach in football right now, who do you think the answer is going to be? And people were guessing, and they said, no, it's Ben Johnson, period. I didn't realize he came up as a tight end coach, and he was known as the best tight end coach in the NFL, and that's what got him up to getting more into the offense. He did so good with that, he getting bumped up. And so this guy said, if you really know tight ends and you know what Ben Johnson wants to do, that's why we did take Warren. This guy has said that a lot of Warren's yards are straight line yards. He's going up the field, gets the ball in his hands, and then goes forward. But he says he doesn't get any of his yards going behind anybody or any of that. So it's great what he does, but he's not going to stretch the field. And he said that he thought Warren was extremely overvalued because he really can only run a couple routes effectively, and he's going to be even slower to defenders, linebackers in the NFL because they're that much faster than what he's used to in college. Now he says Loveland is a wide receiver pretending to be a tight end just because of his skill set, but he said he will run the entire route tree. Anything that any of the other wide receivers run, Loveland will run, and he will get behind linebackers and safeties, and that's why for this offense it works. Well, after I heard that, I was like, well, thank you.
Makes sense, yeah.
That helps
the
me feel a
stuff
lot
that
better.
we don't know.
Yeah.
Right. It was a very good breakdown of what it was, and I thought, yeah, that's why I listen to this stuff, because these people know what they're talking about.
Right. Joe?
You think that's why people listen to us?
Oh, yeah, for sure, because we know what we're talking about.
Well, I'm still out there on that. Just checking on you.
Yeah. Where's Jake the Snake at today?
Jake is gone. He couldn't be here today, I don't know.
Did you get a text?
He's on a different schedule than we are.
Yeah.
No, I actually texted him, and then he said, I won't be there tomorrow. And so, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, the big news of the week, I think you know where I'm headed.
The big news of the week.
Peja Stojakovic's son is now an Illini.
Illini, and it's Illini Vic.
Illini Vic.
Yeah, I mean, Great pickup. Then you get the other guard from overseas.
Mahalo or
Murjevic, or I can't even.
Oh yeah, Murjevic, and then they got the point guard out of I think he's originally from Italy, but I think it's Mahalo, or he's supposedly one of the best point guards in that Adriatic League or whatever.
Yeah, so name pronunciation, we're going to have to shore that up before the season starts, but that's just the way college basketball is these days. You know, you go out and I wouldn't even say it's rebuilding, it's just reloading, because, you know, you might see the kid for 1 or 2 years and gone. But, yeah, really going after those overseas guys, and, you know, and Brad wants, you know, older guys that have been playing for a while, because, you know, we see, with the exception of Cooper Flagg, how those younger guys, you know, it takes them a while to develop, because it's a big jump from high school to college. I mean, it's night and day. And, you know, he's one of those older veterans that been around for a while and more physical and you know, play the game. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I thought they've, you know, I think they've done a pretty good job of filling their squad. You know, a lot of talk is about that Dame Sarr out of France. I don't know where he's going. Doesn't appear he's going to Illinois. I think
He's going pro.
Is he?
But yeah, so I think Jeff was out at that thing in Portland, right?
Yeah.
And I know the Derek Piper and Jeremy Warner, I was listening to their podcast about that the other day, and they said that Murjevic was going in the game head-to-head against Dame Sarr, but they said that Dame Sarr's blown up so much this summer that he's getting a lot of first-round feedback, and that if he can go in the draft, he's probably going to go. And for people who wonder what we're talking about, Dame Sarr is a 6'8", super athletic wing, like from, I believe he's from France, but plays somewhere overseas. He would probably have been the best overseas prospect left. And then the Stojakovic kid that they did get, he'll be a transfer from Cal. He's 6'7", really good supposedly at attacking their rim and in the mid-range game. Shoots, but not as well as his dad. His dad, Peja Stojakovic, that played in the NBA for, I think I remember him with the Nets the most. But anyway,
he's there for a while.
It was the one thing on their roster they didn't have. They got plenty of size. They got point guards. They got a couple shooters, but they really needed an athletic, like 6'8" guy. And he averaged 18 points a game last year at Cal.
Yeah, and he's projected to go in the NBA next year, so you're going to get 1 year out of him, and and regroup again.
It's all you do.
Let's hope his one-and-done season goes a little bit better than the other 2 one-and-dones we had. Not that they didn't have good years, but, you know, I'd like to see us get to the Final Four.
Yeah, I would love that, because you know where the Final Four is at next year?
Chicago?
Indy.
I'll just say back at Indy.
Back at Indy, and that's just a short little trip for me. You know, it's better than, you know, we always, on Selection Sunday, we're always around the TV to try to plan our trip, and, you know, in the past several years, it's worked out pretty good for us, you know, in Milwaukee this year, and then Omaha last year, first round, but yeah, I would love to go to a Final Four in Indy. Indy's great. You've been there. Who's your buddy in Indy?
Larry Bird.
My buddy in Indy is
Pat McAfee.
No, Doug Meyer.
Okay, it's his buddy in Indy.
Want me to have him call the show?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Have you guys ever been to French Lick, where Bird's from?
I have not.
We went over there one time for
a long time ago.
Basketball tournament.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. They have a restaurant downtown. I think it's called 33 Brick Street, and his brother was in there. Well, the kids that we took over there we went to this tournament in a little town called Paoli, which is right outside of French Lick. And anyway, we go into the restaurant, and there's this guy, and everybody's like, "That's Larry Bird. That's Larry Bird." I was on the other side of the place. I didn't know what was going on, or I would have been like, "Guys, that's not Larry Bird." But it was his brother. Let me tell you something. His brother does not like being mistaken for Larry, as the 3rd and 4th grade kids that went over to ask for his name were given a variety of curse words and told to go away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Larry Bird's brother is a bleep.
He was not happy.
Well,
but I think he was part owner of the place, so we couldn't get too crazy with him.
I would have I'm Larry Bird, and just start signing
Why wouldn't you?
autographs.
You know?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Have you ever been mistaken for a professional athlete, Joe? Like maybe, I don't know, Mark McGuire?
Tom Brady, but that
Tom
was,
Brady.
it was only twice. And I mean, it all kind of fit into place. I was at a model show.
I was thinking Ronaldo, but or David Beckham, but I could see the other.
Yeah, it was kind of, it was embarrassing,
Who is that, Jim? Oh, Carrot Top.
You guys are pretty funny. Maybe when we come back from a commercial, we'll talk about who you guys look like.
Oh, all right. Well, let's take another commercial break. We come back, we'll have more here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 20.
This is Tom McCarthy for the Philadelphia Phillies, and you're listening to Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM with Joe, Jake, and Shabadoo.
sexy thing.
Nice job.
Jim does
Chip.
like us.
He does a good job when he's here.
When he's
He spaces out.
he's always here. He's just not here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, I know you're listening, but can you hear me? You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't listen to us. He can't hear us. He can hear us. He doesn't listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
6 1, half dozen of another. It doesn't matter.
I gotcha.
Neither here nor there.
Nope. And he doesn't want to be here.
No, he's already packing up the bag, so he's waiting on you.
You guys watching any NBA? Have you? What? Did you watch the Lakers get knocked out the other night?
I watched a little bit the game before that just because Terrence was in.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, he does a pretty good job when he's in there. And I think, as the years go, he's going to get more time. But when you got Anthony Edwards on the team and a team like they have, it's going to be a little difficult to get your time. But no, I watch a little bit. Don't really watch NBA a lot, especially if LeBron's on. I'm not watching that.
I think every once in a while they travel. That's not called.
You think?
You know what's weird is I don't know if you guys will find this ironic, but just by coincidence, the Lakers get knocked out.
Yeah.
Did you guys know, as of today, LeBron had an injury?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that explains it.
Yep. So
Yeah, that
he
explains
didn't
it.
want everybody to know that, so he gutted through it. But now it's okay that you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's.
You know, it's over with.
Not that they got beat by the better team or anything.
King James.
Well, if it's just the type of person is. If you're that injured, why are you on the floor?
Yeah.
Give your team a chance. And
Did
I don't know.
I missed it. Did the Nuggets win the other night?
No, it's 3-3. Yep. Next game, I think, it's tomorrow, I believe. It'll be Game 7. Last night was Rockets Warriors. I watched that, and that was good until about the fourth quarter, and then Warriors just ran out of gas. Kind of like what the Lakers look like. The Lakers look so old and tired by the end of that game the other night. Minnesota was just running them ragged.
That's too bad.
I know.
Too bad.
I was really upset about that.
I don't. I mean, if there's an NBA game on accidentally, I might watch it, but I'm not searching for it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know. I mean, back in the 90s, when the Bulls were really good, that was basketball. Now I've got no interest. I'll turn on the Bulls, I'll turn on the Timberwolves just to see how the Illinois guys are doing, and then next year we'll get to watch a couple other teams when KJ and Will, wherever they're at, and But
I still hope Will's in orange and blue next year, but
yeah, I don't see that
he's
happening.
not.
He's
Hold out hope.
Yeah, there is hope.
You drop him on that team.
Oh, yeah.
That would be.
Then that's a problem. How are you going to find time for all these guys? And
that's a problem that the other people have to deal with. It won't be Will's problem because he's going to be getting buckets.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. The draft is June, coming up here. About 6-7 weeks or so, and it'll be interesting.
I mean, you know more than I about this. I just keep hearing that if his projection isn't top 15, and if Illinois comes up with the money, he might come back because a lot of people are telling him if you went back a year, you might be a top 5 pick.
Yeah, well, they did get him. KJ and Will were invited to the combine, so that's an indication of their projected top 20, top 15. I don't know how it works though. If you hire an agent, does that eliminate your eligibility to come back, or is there a deadline?
There's a date.
There's a
you
date.
have to pull your name out of.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. So
I mean, that's a gamble. It's if you leave your name in there, and you saw. I mean, not that he's the type of kid that Sanders is. You saw Sanders was projected top 5, top 10 at the least. He dropped all the way down to the 4th or 5th round. So it's a gamble, and like you said, if he stays, he's gonna have some NIL money coming and project himself even higher next year.
Well, if Mariz Johnson got $1.8 million, Will's worth probably $3 million.
Yeah.
So, Joe, you want to chip in? And
what are you worth, Joe?
But worth less.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that. But
pretty much the majority.
What are your thoughts on
the majority would?
What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts on it? They're overpaid, and if two sides of love, if he really appreciated Illinois and he really like, hey, I thank you to this school and this and that. Stick around. You can help them win a national championship. You can change Illinois basketball for the next 25 years by just getting one in. Or are you a little more self-centered and it's about how much money you can make and you're going to take off?
Do you want to change the battery in that fire alarm?
It just happened this morning. It's the first we've heard. I got to find the ladder.
That's got to be a violation code.
First we've heard, but it's a little ways up there. So we already know which one it is. It's right over there. I just got to figure out how to get up there. I got to find a ladder.
Well, you can get on Lloyd's
It's on my
shoulders.
agenda, but being that far away from the place, because we're Churchill Downs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm going to have to call someone. There's a nice breeze blowing through here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you smell those flowers?
I can.
Roses.
So run for the roses.
Pretty nice. Who's your horse again?
The Japanese horse. Something Cafe.
The Luxor Cafe.
Luxor Cafe.
Which is a popular place in Las Vegas. So maybe you win a bunch of money.
Luxor
go to
Cafe.
Luxor Cafe.
I think I'm going to trifecta Citizen Bowl with the Mohawk and Burnham, and then I'm going to put a healthy wager on Burnham just
Across the board.
Yep.
Healthy wager.
Yeah. He's a player.
Well,
he just.
Wait. Horse racing is usually like $2. And then
A healthy wager.
And Joel's
$10 is a big.
That's a healthy wager. In
Joel's, he knows his stuff. We put a little NCAA bracket together, and there's your winner right there. He's not getting in next year, but
no, winners are voided for the next year.
Yeah, and
Well, I'll retire, step aside, and I won't do a bracket and give it to my kids to put in their name and then turn it in.
well, I mean, thank you for their donation.
I thank them for their donation.
I donated as well, but.
And I had one bracket I messed up. I didn't get in on time, which I'm glad that happened because it saved me $10.
Yeah. He entered 2 brackets and only for some reason one took, and
It was the right one, though.
it was the right one.
The one that said Florida.
Yeah.
Florida and Houston, so that was good.
Yeah, I think
Nice.
I had Duke. I know Lloyd had Duke, and when they blew that game against
Houston,
they had that one, and that did it for me.
Yeah.
Well, that was heartbreaking to see
It was.
Duke lose that game.
Yeah.
Especially when I was very invested in Houston. But even if I wasn't, I wouldn't have been. I mean, I don't dislike Flag. I just,
Yeah.
Yeah,
How can you dislike Flag?
He's good.
He's a player.
That's your number 1 pick right there. And who's got the number 1 pick?
I would have to think off the top of my head. It's got to be somebody like the Wizards.
Yeah.
Manito.
That's not even funny.
Generally, you could say most years the Wizards are in the running for the top pick.
Yeah.
Yes, they aren't good at that sport. Haven't been for a long time.
Well, he's going to change things. He's going to change things.
He could right off the bat.
He'd need a lot of help there.
He's pretty good.
Because I could probably. Could we even name one other player on their team? That's how bad they are.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Right.
Michael Jordan, does he still play for the Wizards?
No. He should have never
Probably
played for
good.
the Wizards. That was rough.
Yeah. Speaking of rough,
It's rough. It's time to go.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is 10:02. It is time to go.
Hey, before we go, can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I just wanted to. Scott Bunner passed away. Just wanted to say rest in peace to him and condolences to Brock and Kelsey and Aaron and the rest of his family. And
I did not know.
I didn't either.
yeah, he passed away a couple days ago, and a lot of people probably remember Scott from good LCHS football games.
Remember that 85 football team?
Yeah, he was a
played
really
some
good
DB.
athlete, a really, really nice guy, good guy.
Yep.
And, just a shame.
Good guy.
Too bad.
Didn't know.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us on
There
the
you
cheap
go.
seats. Boy, that show went quick when you actually talk
you
about
what.
stuff. And,
Well, we're in
when
Kentucky.
Jake's not here. Yeah, we are in Kentucky. Now we got to stick around, wait for the race, and some mint juleps and some dog food on crackers.
I say we stay the whole weekend. Don't go home till Tuesday.
You said it's 11:02, right? Because we're in Eastern time zone?
Yep. We're an hour behind or ahead.
So Jim and Lloyd back in Lincoln, or we're going to go off the air here?
Yep. All right, thanks for tuning in to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Good day.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.